springtime. We're in Pisa. We're here to see the tower, of course, and we're hoping to have some good Italian food. We just spent a whole week editing videos, and it's nice to be back traveling again. And so far, the roads have not been too terrible. It's been alright. The driving today was not too bad. The roads are still not great, but it's getting better. How's your pizza?
Italian level.
Paul has salami and I have salami with extra stuff.
This is Tuscan salami. Salami is on 4.
I also have Tuscan salami, but with also sausage and olives. And Paul has water and I have an Aperol Spritz.
It's Italian water.
Just arrived at San Gimignano. I'm very sorry again for butchering pronunciations. This town still has some medieval buildings, but otherwise we don't really know what it has to offer, so we'll see now.
Just happened.
I've just been on by a bird.
There's very little there. It's not nice.
Yeah.
Some stupid bird up there.
this town. It's got medieval buildings in it. It's got a bunch of like medieval skyscrapers. Yes, there were skyscrapers in the Middle Ages. And they're here, in this place. Well, it's a very touristy place. There's streets packed with tourists. It's also very beautiful. That's why.
Obidos wasn't quite as full at all, but that's probably simply because it wasn't as warm and as good weather, and here it's very good weather and it's quite full. So Haley got some fruity thing and mango.
Yes. And Paul got lemon and mango.
Nice.
I just finished my ice cream. Paul already finished his when we were in the town, but I've just finished mine while we're walking back to our car. And I would like to put it in the bin now. And here's some bins. However, I cannot put it in. They require a residency card, and I do not have one. So I am unable to dispose of my waste in an appropriate manner.
That was very nicely said, Haley. But it is super stupid because we have our rubbish and we can't actually empty it. We're now carrying more rubbish than we would like to in the van.
I don't want to carry around an empty tub of ice cream with some sticky stuff in it. So what do you do? Someone else might just dump it anywhere, and then the town will be dirty because there's rubbish, because they don't let people dispose of their waste.
Anyways, that visit was great. This town gets a 5 out of 5 towers. And we're moving on. We still need to move to a different place for today because we don't really want to stay just on the road there. In Italy, the next stop on our bucket list is Fattoria La Biella. We're very close to it now. Haley's driving. It's a biodynamic farm and there should be a motorhome area. You're meant to call before coming there to see whether there's a free space. Well, we have tried it and it didn't pick up. So we're just gonna see whether we're gonna get a space or not. Let us hope that there is actually a space.
All the actual places are reserved, but there's a bit of space where we are now parked and a Swiss caravan is parked. And every single motorhome here is German, and there's one Swiss German. So far we've seen a lot of Italians everywhere else we've parked, but here it's just Germans. La Biella is very popular in Germany, it seems. It's springtime and we are loving it because we're kind of having an extended spring. Like how we kind of escaped winter mostly and had quite a long autumn. We're now having like a long spring because we're kind of following it. And since arriving in Italy, everything's been really light green and pretty, and there's so many flowers everywhere, and all the trees are getting full of leaves, and the air is nice and warm and smells fresh.
Found it on the internet somehow and came here. But no, there's a reason. Roughly 25 years ago, my parents were looking for some more sustainable and organic farms that they could buy their groceries from, essentially. And with me together, being that small, they came here and they stayed here for some time. La Viala invited them to be there for one of the first wine or olive oil pressings of the year. And they really enjoyed that visit. And ever since, my parents have been ordering food from them on a yearly basis. Olive oil, good wine. Then when I understood that whole thing, I started to insist on getting some good tomato sauces. And then during my time in Northern Ireland, staying at Hades, my dad once a year would send a big Christmas calendar, a big massive box of good La Viala things. You open every day a door and you get a wine or olive oil, olives, pickles, whatever. It was very nice. We very much enjoyed that. And now we're here again because it was literally on our way between Pisa and San Marino, which is coming up next. And you can come here for a day with a camper, stay for free, you even get electricity. Book ahead, quickly give them a call. On their website you can find all the contacts. And they have a wee shop that we're still gonna go to, and a wee restaurant that we're still gonna go to before 2:30 when we're leaving. We've got the Almeida 2, number 2, which is all that included. And I think basically all of it comes from this farm. And I think it's very good. We have just started eating, but everything that I've tasted so far is very good.
We've got some cheese and salami and stuff, some bread, some salad and lentil soup. And it's nice.
Desserts in, lads. A wee coffee for Haley, I don't drink some. Cantucci. We went to Pisa and there we were eating at a restaurant and had 2 pizzas and a cheese platter, right? The cheese platter was 14 quid and the cheese on it was like, what, 4 bits of cheese? It was really not much and the price was really high. And now we ate here in La Viala and we had that platter, meat plus cheese. We had lentil soup, bread and a salad, and the whole thing was only 12 euros. Yes, Pisa, very touristic thing. You can make things more expensive there, that's okay. But that realization was ridiculous.
So as we're only allowed to stay one night here, it is time for us to leave. And our next stop is San Marino. So we see you in a new video in San Marino.
See you next time.
This is some intense rain.